Ba-dum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. It's the bottom of the hour. Y'all rocking with the best. I know, that's why y'all here. Before we get into it, we're gonna hit you with a rap break. Y'all know how we do. Give me bum. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the Absolute Studios. We pushing another rap album this month. Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Berry Hill. Pomegranate is wild when expected that. Ooh wee! Wu-Tang Killer Bees, my goodness. Then you got Wild Corsicans with Benny the Butcher coming. West Side Gun. Brr, brr. You know I've been dying to do that. One Life, 600 School, the guy that plans it, the Heavies, the Amaretta with Nas. Enough said. It's like verbal intercourse on the first Raekwon album. Oh, Built for Cuban Links, which is a classic. My goodness. Deborah Nightwine, that's out there with Marsha Ambrose. She's highly talented and she don't get enough love. But yeah, that song is crazy. And Mac and Lobster with Ghostface Killer. The Emperor's New Clothes. Raekwon, in stores now. Yo, shout out to Raekwon. Shout out to Staten Island. The Chef, Wu-Tang Killer Bees. I dug the project. But I'm going to leave the world of the National Football League, pivot, talk a little boxing. PBC over the weekend. They needed to stick the landing on this pay-per-view of Barrios versus Pacquiao. And they did. They did. Because earlier on in the day on Matchroom, DAZN had Alexander Usyk successfully defend his title against Mr. Dubois. So, like I say, PBC seems to be what people were talking about. However, Tzsyu, he's cooked. He's over with. He's finished. He should really hang it up and do something else because this was a chance for him to right a wrong. A lot of people painted narratives in the first fight with him and Fondora. He got a cut on top of his head, and it was his corner who should have stopped the fight. However, they didn't, and it just got bloodier and bloodier and bloodier. And he ended up actually stopping Tzsyu. Now, Tzsyu, he is 25 wins with 18 knockouts. He himself has 3 losses, and he's been brutally knocked out twice. So, looking at him going into this fight, this was a must-win fight for Tzsyu. Regardless of what everybody says, I mean, out of his last 4 fights, up until the Fondora part, the Fondora rematch, the only person he beat was Joey Spencer. And he did that rather convincingly. And I like Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer, a good guy. However, when it came to Tzsyu, this was his big chance to get back into the mix. And it didn't really work out well for him. Now, I know he was surprised because Fondora started actually boxing, using his length really well, working behind the jab, and he was there all night to get hit by a jab. He was there all night to get hit by a jab, and then he got clipped in the second round, and then he went down. And he was cut. And it was him trying to figure out now is a whole new puzzle. It's not the same fighter when we fought the first time. He's got different dimensions and he's got different things added in his arsenal that'll give me problems. And he kept him right at the end of the jab and he kept working him. And then everybody knows Fondora's kryptonite is that he likes to mix it up and get in there and fight small. Credit to his corner. They was like, no, you're going to work beautifully behind the 1-2. Tzs유's going to be there. I mean, he had a 9.5-inch arm reach on Tzsyu. And it just showed that as the rounds went on, more and more, he looked discouraged. We'll go ahead and drop off and take a quick break. But when we get back, we'll go back into what I saw. Yeah, and it wasn't pretty. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. We got another rap album we pushing this month. Smoke Dizza, On My Way to Berlin, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the LP is For FIF and Broadway. Ooh. My goodness, that song in Spaceships with Mike and Keys. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then him and Dave East with Check. I'm a check. Oh wow. That whole setup, just everything, the schemes, the double entendres, them dudes is wild on the mic. Then Crimson, LV Constructs and Fourth Rope Heels. Woo. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is my song. 10 out of 10 is my song. And an 11-11 with Dom Kennedy. Smoke Dizza is playing no games. This LP On My Way to Berlin, trust me. Once you play, just let it play. Let it play. You're going to get there. It's your boy Big Vern. Holla at us. Yo, shout out to Smoke Dizza, On My Way to Berlin. I thought that was a dope LP. So when we last left off, we were talking about things that I saw in the Tim Tzsyu fight when him and Fondora, they had the rematch over the weekend. I saw Tim Tzsyu, who couldn't get out of the way of a jab. Also, I don't know what his corner was actually giving him advice. I was looking at it like, why? Why didn't they go ahead and have this guy get in a peekaboo style where he can actually weave in through the jab like Mike and then try and chop the body, beat the body, work him down, and then start to dismantle him? The fact that he was there to be hit all night long was just ridiculous. And then true to fashion, in the latter rounds, he went ahead and closed distance. And like I said, Tzsyu started to find him. But it was wild winging shots. And by that time, Tzsyu had nothing on any of those punches. And his corner knew it. Because when they had that big firefight in the round before he quit, they had a huge firefight. And here it is. Fondora's in the pocket. And usually when Tim lets his hands go and he catches you, guys are wobbly, guys are all off balance, and then he moves in for the kill. When he hit Fondora came right back with his own measures and his own counters, and he kept that dogged mentality on Tzsyu. And the look of defeat in his eyes on that stool told me all I needed to know. And as I was watching it, I was talking to a couple of people in my circle, and I was like, he quit. I said, he's got nothing else. He quit. Because that was all his toe-to-toe. That was all his dog. That was all of him standing there, and he ain't going. That's him. That was it. When he said, I ain't going. Yeah, he went. He quit. And it was a good thing that his corner, they stopped him when they needed to. They stopped this fight when it needed to be stopped. And with him quitting on the stool, I don't know where you go with a Tim Tzsyu fight right now. I don't even know if he even believes in himself, because the opponents are going to get harder at 154. I mean, do you honestly think that version of Tim Tzsyu Saturday night can beat Jerron Boots Ennis? Hell no. And there are a lot of good fights at 154, but I don't think Tim Tzsyu could win one of them. He doesn't have the greatest of footwork. He's a stalker. He's a puncher. But you just saw his best punches couldn't drop Fondora. His best punches couldn't drop Fondora. He quit on the stool. His last 4 fights, he's 1-3. only managing to beat Joey Spencer. The rest of them, he was either beaten or knocked out, or he quit. And so where does this leave you? Where does this leave you if you're Tim Tzsu's management team and you say, okay, Fondora thing, pretty much that ship has sailed. I don't want to see another Fondora Tzsyu fight. It was cool when people were saying, oh, well, you know, he was winning that fight up until he got cut. Okay, now what's the excuse? In the great words of Antonio Hamburger Head Tarver, what's your excuse now, Roy? What's his excuse? He flatly got beat up. He got embarrassed. And he quit. And once you quit in boxing, that's one of the hardest things for a fighter to do is quit. Someone beat that out of you. And they beat that out of him. They beat that out of him. And at one point, people were looking at Tim Tzsyu as, hey, look, he's the goods. He got crack in both hands. He going to make you back up. Plus, they was giving him the dog title. Oh, he got a dog in him. He got an engine. Well, I don't see no dog, but I did see a bitch. Anyway, if you're a Tzsyu fan, how did you see this playing out? Who do you think he can beat at 154? Do you even want to see him and Jermell Charlo fight each other? Because at one time, that was a hot ticket. Right now, I don't think so. That's not even a meal ticket. Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know, did we get it right? What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. We'll be back. Top of the hour. This is